Hey guys, Happy New Year. It's Karima. So, one of my subscribers had asked me to share how I studied for exams while I was in nursing school. She basically asked me about my study habits. So, I decided that was a great idea for a video and I wanted to come on and share that with you guys. So, I dug up some of my old notes that I made while I was in nursing school to share with you. And here we go. Most of my class notes were in slide form. So I'd get slides like this. Can you see that? Big old doofy notebook. Slides like this. I would print them out double or three on a page. And what I would basically do after class each evening was take the slides of the lessons that we learned that particular day and make outlines on regular paper like this. Can you see that? Like this, my light is so bright. So basically I would take a piece of computer paper or a piece of loose leaf paper and I would make outlines of all the notes and all the information that we learned that day. I would do that after every class. Some of the examples of one of the topics that I did in class. And I would do that after every class and just review it periodically throughout the week. So by the time I would come up to my first exam, I would have all the notes pre-made from all the slides and all the lessons that we learned in class. I would take my textbook and all the notes that I got from the professor, my recordings or whatever I chose to do, and just put together these outlines to help me study for the exams when that time would come. Now, I wouldn't make all these outlines and wait until the exam or right before the exam to study them, because then I would be overwhelmed. But what I would do is make the outlines, and at least every day or every other day I would take a few minutes or some spare time to just go over them. If I only had 30 minutes to look at them, I looked at them for 30 minutes. If I had an hour to spare, however much time I had each day to spare, I would look at my notes. So I would do it either like that on loose leaf, on blank computer paper, or I would take regular loose leaf paper and I would just basically make outlines. It's so bright. You see that? So I wasn't writing like paragraphs of information. I would take the bulk of the information. I would read about it to make sure that I had a clear understanding about what she was discussing. And I would just front and back make outlines of each topic. So here, this was from critical care. And this topic was about chest trauma. So at the top of the paper, I would write the title, which would be chest trauma. I can't speak to that. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I would write the title of whatever my topic was at the top of the paper and write everything to do with that topic underneath. So that's chest trauma. Everything on here is about chest trauma. Yeah, so this whole little packet is about chest trauma actually. Yeah. And this is why I would not wait last minute to study it, because here this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. That's front and back of notes, outlines. That would be very overwhelming to study for the first time. Right before an exam. That would suck. So I would go over it each day, every other day if I had, even sometimes every 2 days, but no more than that. So by the time I got up to the exam and I was studying everything, it wasn't brand new to me. I kind of was just reinforcing the things that I was a little iffy on. The things that I was super sure about and very confident with, I kind of put to the side, but would go over it. And just this way, doing this kept me organized throughout nursing school. I had everything titled in order in its folder with the specific class, so I could kind of just reference it back, and it was just very clear. This was chest trauma, this was mechanical ventilation and whatever else is in that packet. This was heart disease. This was different type of arrhythmias. This was respiratory disorder. So I had like little packets. Anything that was related to each other, I would just staple them together and keep them organized and just study them by topic for that specific exam. As you can tell, critical care was from my last semester. That was the easiest notes to find. So I'm sharing that. So basically that's what I did. It's really simple. I'm sorry if you were expecting something great or grand, but I basically, after each class, and I had each class either once or twice a week. So after I would come home, I would take time for each course, write out my outlines for each course that I took. So if I took 3 courses or 3 classes that semester, I would have 3 separate outlines made for each course that semester. Read them, go over them a little bit, and then file them away. And I would do that after each course and just review them throughout the weeks. So by the time it came time for me to study for my exams, I had everything nicely organized and I went over everything. Now, I'm not saying that made it super easy for me. It made it a little less daunting, you know, not scrambling and trying to make study sheets last minute and trying to find all the information and just going crazy. It was still a lot of information to study, because by the time the exams would come, especially the final, I would have like outlines this thick, packets this thick, but everything was so nicely organized and put together. I just had to get through them. They were there for me. I just had to go over them and get through them. And that's pretty much how I studied. I hope that helps you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your New Year. See you next time. Bye.